Welcome to the Insight Lab. I'm Ethan.
And I'm Lila. Here we dive into meaningful conversations about growth, mindset, and intentional living.
Together, we explore ideas that spark change and uncover practical insights to help you thrive.
So grab a cup of coffee, settle in, and let's start this journey of discovery together.
All right, folks, welcome back to another episode. Today, we've got a topic that's as old as time, yet as relevant as ever, talking about the difficult art of saying ugly truths.
Ah, yes, the whole telling it like it is trope. It's something we hear a lot, but there's definitely more to it than just blurting out whatever comes to mind, right?
Exactly. I stumbled across this idea on a forum discussion where someone asked what kind of people are considered reliable, and one of the top voted answers was people who set clear expectations up front, even if it's uncomfortable.
I suppose that's akin to the both feet on the ground approach, but honestly, I think it's more about respect. Don't you agree? Laying out the ugly truth could actually be seen as upholding a kind of unspoken contract.
Definitely. Giving everyone the facts, warts and all, might not be the prettiest way to communicate, but it sure paves the way for smoother future interactions, doesn't it?
Right? But there's a line. I remember reading about a math teacher who thought he was just being honest by being quite harsh with his words, but he didn't realize the damage those words could do.
You're talking about that incident where he belittled a student because of his poor performance, right? Saying things like, "You'll never sell pork with those grades." Unbelievable.
Yep, and the fact the student was going through a tough time with his father in hospital didn't make things better. Just goes to show, communication isn't just about honesty, but also empathy.
True. Marshall Rosenberg, a famous psychologist, once said our language can be more violent than we think, even if that's not our intention.
That's so insightful. It's a delicate balance. What counts as necessary honesty and what's just needless cruelty? You think Hemingway might have been onto something when he said talking too much can just widen gaps?
Great point. It's ironic, isn't it? The more we hand out truth bombs, the more isolated we can become. People might respect your honesty, but they don't always like you for it.
Exactly. I mean, there's that saying, truth is hard, but flattery is easy, which is why people sometimes opt for the easier path of not rocking the boat.
True, but honesty does have its merits. Like in this TV show, where a character is in a relationship with someone who declares themselves as averse to marriage. Her friend tried to make her see the reality by being blunt, and it got ugly.
Yikes! But hey, friends who lay it all out there with love are invaluable. You just have to be tactful and not hit below the belt. How you deliver that message can mean everything.
Absolutely. Like how Lu Yong discusses the art of saying even bad news. With the right amount of finesse and timing, it could even sound like a compliment.
Oh, and remember how Lucian sublimely highlighted that the way something is said can completely change its impact? It's all about the delivery.
Right? It's like wrap your medicine in a sweet coating. We are more receptive to tough truths if they're delivered with kindness and understanding.
Even on those high-pressure talent shows, the way judges critique contestants can make all the difference. Like that judge who perfectly balanced sincerity and criticism, being both firm and fair.
Exactly. Constructive criticism at its finest. And it's such an art to give feedback without demoralizing someone. It's about making sure they leave the conversation feeling valued, not wounded.
And speaking of which, wouldn't you say that empathy is an unseen hero in these interactions?
Oh, completely. It reminds me of what Kai Keng-yong said about truly understanding others before speaking, to walk in their shoes, and all that.
Absolutely. Tailor your approach based on where they're standing. It's like communication alchemy, something to aspire to, really.
So to wrap up, if there's one lesson we're taking home today, it's this. Yes, deliver the truth, but wrap it in empathy and understanding. It's a sure way to win hearts.
I couldn't have said it better myself. Let's keep practicing our communication skills with each other and strive to get better at speaking truths kindly.
Great chat. Thanks everyone for tuning in. And remember, make sure to sweeten those truths if you want them to be effective. Until next time.